One of the things I love best about these alpaca rafts is just how maneuverable they are. I can sit here in fairly strong moving water and absolutely no fears at all for maneuverability. The slightest paddle stroke will set me on course. I just simply wouldn't be able to film for more than 4 or 5 seconds if I was in one of my other boats. These little guys are quite the ride. Absolutely love it. River's running beautifully high for this time of year.
Well, another morning's here, and the sun's a little bit higher than I'd like to see. So I've probably once again overslept a little bit, but nice and comfy here inside JRB Hammock hut.
First thing we have here is a Fiskars pruning saw. It's got a little 6-inch retractable blade. Now this blade has offset staggered teeth, so it cuts on both the push and the pull stroke. Something I really like in a saw. This branch here, this is probably a 4-inch diameter willow. It's got the same handle you find on the Gerber line of backpacking hatchets. They claim it's some indestructible type plastic, and so far with my testing, that's pretty true. You can beat on these things pretty good, and I've been pretty rough on mine and never managed to break it. But nice little saw. Weight, if you're wondering, is in around 3.5 ounces. Second item up here is the Grand Fours Brux mini hatchet. This comes right out of Sweden. This little guy is a great chopper. I've got mine decked out with some glow-in-the-dark small line just for visibility and to protect the head when I'm chopping. This is a beautiful little hatchet. She's had a lot of use in the short couple years I've had her. So here's both pieces together. They pack down fairly low bulk, complete fire making kit for just a shade under £1. Can't go wrong. So I've got a fair bit of water on my spray deck of the raft here, so probably a good time to show you another awesome feature about these rafts in action. I'm just gonna pitch you down here. This valve here on the 2008 models gives you an air dam on top of the raft, and that helps keep all this water that you see pooling here from finding its way down the crevices and creases and into your boat. So I just pump that up. That'll keep the water from following the waistline and getting down into the raft. I like to make sure that the elastic cord is pulled right up tight around close under my armpits as I can get it, and makes for a pretty dry ride. This time of year the water is none too warm, so I don't really want to be soaked before I get into camp. Alright. So, only 2 parts to this stove. Bottom portion here has your fire grate. This is a nichrome wire. Combustion air holes in the bottom provide the stove with air to the combustion chamber. and it also has a series of air holes in the top here that gives a nice even burn. So set your stove on as sturdy a base as you can get. Sometimes I'll use a stick in the bottom here just to set it up level. So some people might be considering the wood-fired stoves, but not quite sure their fire-making abilities. Quickly here, I'm going to show you what I do for guaranteed success every time. Select a piece of seasoned wood. If the bark is off, more the better. And what you want to do is cut in and make some checking. And what you're after are these little chips right here. This is the stuff right here. Now, I've made some of these beforehand, so I'm gonna load up my stove now. So the next thing that I like to do is grab a few dried and seasoned sticks. This one here is about 1 inch in diameter, and I'm going to use the Fiskars saw here, and I'm going to cut on a pretty steep angle, making about 4 or 5 inch pieces. You'll end up with a stick like this, and these are nice because you can take these and jam them right in the ground. Then we're going to take the little hatchet and we're just going to split those in half. Get yourself a nice little pile made up and put a few of those directly in the stove. The biggest, hardest thing to find is tinder. A lot of people will carry some sort of manufactured quick start. These guys don't leave any residue in the stove, and you just light the package on fire. Great way to go. These little guys are Tinder Quick tabs. I got these from Backpacking Light simply because I didn't know what else to get with my gift certificate. If you're going to use the Tinder Quick tabs, one thing I like to do is put them on the end of a little stick, like so, and now you're kind of hands-free, ready to go. So I'm going to use a mini Bic lighter here. Fire that up. So we drop that down into the stove, and now we're going to add a few more shavings. The key here is not to choke off your airflow. Alright, you can see here the Tinder Quick tab has done the job. I've got a flame here that's not even a rookie could lose. I'm going to go ahead and take my pot here. Good enough for me. We got a nice rolling boil going on here. This is about 10-12 minutes from lighting the Bush Buddy. That's about typical for this stove. Well, I'm all packed up here at Camp 4. Supplies are stowed, and it's off for another day on the river. I've got 2 more supply caches to make today, so I'll bid you adieu. Till next time, I'm Turk for Echo Productions and Hammock TV.